What's up, guys? Adam here and Thomas with a review of Naruto 589. It first starts off with Tsunade and Mei pretty much just looking at Madara like, oh man, look how big it is. Shit, so fucking huge. It's so thick. Damn, it's a big ass penis. Susanoo, not Madara's penis. Susanoo. Real thick and big and large, tall. Susanoo. Then we see a giant Tengu Samurai Susanoo. Apparently, the Susanoo we've seen previously wasn't its actual final form. So there's a final form to his final form. Perfect Susanoo.
Yes.
I guess. Okay. Did the first Hokage really beat this guy? I mean, really? He's like, well, it's a good thing the first Hokage ain't here, because if he was here, you know, the landscape would be changed completely.
I guess that was supposed to be a joke on Madara's half. He's like, oh, I'll make a joke. And everybody's like, it's not even funny.
Yeah, it was just a joke in poor taste. He pulls out his sword and cuts the fucking mountains in half and stuff. It'd be like, oh, the power. What are we gonna do? We're so fucked. And Madara's pretty much telling him, you know, you're fucked. And really, there's no other way for the Kages to win this fight. There's no other way. Unuki's out of power. Mei, Rock Kages, Tsunade's pretty much tapped out. You know, I don't know how much longer Tsunade's regeneration technique's gonna last, but they're pretty much screwed. The only thing they're gonna save the ass right now is Edo Tensei, or I guess some kind of plot no jutsu that just like, I don't know, somehow owns Madara. You know, that doesn't make too much sense, but it kind of makes sense in a way, I suppose, that Madara was really strong, and I guess he's trying to say that the only one who beat him was the first Hokage. So it leads a lot of people to believe how powerful was the first Hokage. A lot of people didn't see how strong he was. That's, you know, a problem we're going to have with the manga, and there's nothing to deal with it.
Yeah, because he even says in the manga chat, it's like, oh, if you had Hashirama here, you probably could have beat me. And it's like, seriously? We could have? I thought he was stronger than Hashirama now, but I guess not. I guess Hashirama still would have stood a good bit chance to beat him and stuff. But, you know, he isn't here. I would like to see a flashback or something about Hashirama and to see his whole story, but...
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see, I guess, well, not really a flashback. I wouldn't mind seeing a brand new series for Naruto for the Great Wars, you know, for the first Hokage, second Hokage, and third Hokage. And a lot of people always talk about, you know, third Hokage who was in Prime or whatever. Sarutobi Prime was supposed to be the shit, like the best Hokage. And they always say this, always. They always say that the next Hokage is better than the previous Hokage. I mean, apparently that's not true. Like, apparently the first Hokage was the shit. Alright, then at one point in time, it was the third Hokage was the shit, apparently. But he got old. Then they said the fourth Hokage was the shit. Well, do we really think that Minato could have beat Madara? You know, I honestly don't know what he could have done with Susanoo. I mean, okay, Susanoo is so huge. It's like, I don't know, something it's just fucking huge. I mean, it's
like a giant Gundam.
Yeah, it's walking around like, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a fucking giant ass Gundam with a Tengu mask on. You see Nuki, and he asked Madara, "Why didn't you fight me seriously the first time, man? I thought, you know, I thought we were fighting serious." You know, we're pretty much talking shit. Well, an adult wouldn't fight a child seriously. I'm like, yeah, dick. That's all I can say. And it goes on to it. You know, he has another speech. Unuki, you know, we got to get strong. We can do this, guys. And I'm just like, you know, sometimes giving up just is an okay thing to do. I mean, sometimes you really can't always win. And
yeah,
Madara is pretty much just like, this is absolute destruction. Well, that's, you know, then it cuts down to Sasuke and Itachi. Nothing much happens here, really. Itachi is getting the Edo Tensei ready. He's having Kabuto do all his little hand seals and whatever and stuff. And then Sasuke is talking a lot.
Yeah, Itachi's not saying anything at all. He's just forming the hand seals. And then Sasuke is just like having a conversation with himself, but he's trying to talk to Itachi. Itachi doesn't say anything until the very end when, like, I guess his Edo Tensei finally breaks down and he's like, crap, what do you say? I can get there, hopefully, in time.
Yeah, near the end of the chapter, he pretty much says, you know, I think I still have time, though, or I can still do something. Basically, he's about to dissolve. But before we get into that, let's go into a few other things. Brother! And this pretty much is it, you know. Sasuke is just, you know, I understand you, Itachi. You have to understand that I'm going to destroy the village anyways, you know. Sob shit, you know. And Itachi's not saying a word, you know. And that's pretty much it. You see Kimimaro. Apparently Kimimaro is still kicking it, and so is Chiyo. And I'm assuming that the Naruto clone that was there got his ass kicked or whatever. He's not there no more. Just a bunch of samurai, and they're basically disappearing. Then it goes down to Mu, and he's like, "Look at the predicament I got myself in, and I'm just now got my senses back." And then he's like, "Oh, I'm about to poof too." And then it goes to, I believe, Dan, and it's like, well, someone did a good job. And then it goes to Dadar. He's still talking shit. I'm going to blow up. And Concor's like, you're not going to blow up, dude. You're just a dud. And then Dadar's like, I'm about to dud bomb. And he's like, oh, shit, I'm about to go poof too. And that's pretty much it. It's a lot of poofing shit or about to poof. And Edo Tensei has not even ended yet. It's getting ready. It's ending right now, but it hasn't ended yet. It's just kind of, I don't know, aggravating. I mean, how long has it take for Edo Tensei to end? 2, 3 chapters? I mean, seriously, he says he's going to end Edo Tensei, and it's taking 2 or 3 chapters to end Edo Tensei. It's just not really going anywhere. But then eventually it comes down to Naruto, and he's apparently fighting the, what's the statue called? Maze? I don't know.
The Geto demonic statue, the outer paths.
Yeah, and
then like Killer B, he's in his not Jinchuriki form, his Bijou form. He has just about all of the reincarnated Edo Tensei, Rinnegan, Sharingan, Jinchuriki, like all captured by like 8 of his tails. And they start disappearing. He's like, oh, they're disappearing. Naruto, the Edo Tensei is disappearing. Naruto's like, great job, Itachi. Now we can finish Madara off.
Yeah, and because Naruto, then after that, Naruto's like, because we haven't been doing too much here anyway, we're getting our asses kicked. And, you know, B's like, we can still win this battle. Well, you know, they got all the other, you know, guys coming, Team 11, Sakura, which I'm pretty sure they'll probably be healing for a long time. And I'm pretty sure Naruto beating everybody else is going to do. I guess all the other guys might have chip in for a while or something. I guess Kensei's probably going to stand around and also not do anything. Then it cuts back to, what exactly? Oh, well, Itachi pretty much, I'm going to finish, I'm going to end this, or I have time to do something, and that's pretty much it. Well, actually, I believe B is the one who says that we've barely done anything, actually. It's kind of hard. The little quote bubbles are almost like you're pointing in the best direction. And I think Naruto is saying that, don't worry, we can still win this. But Itachi says, I can still make it. And he's got his hand, basically, just like this here. And basically, he's probably going to poke Sasuke's forehead, or at least try to. And that's pretty much going to be it. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty confident that's probably what's going to happen. I've seen so many of these pokes, from all the Naruto games out there. This chapter was okay. I don't know if Madara's going to be gone. Honestly, that's the only way for him to be gone. But, I'm going to be a little bit upset. But at the same time, I guess it's expected. And, they can't really beat Madara. I mean, come on. It's Madara and... I mean, it's... not going to go anywhere. It was okay chapter. I feel that it could have been done faster. We got to see Kimimaro and Chiyo. Apparently, they were still kicking it. But...
yeah.
I mean, I really didn't really care to see him at all. I mean... You tell me those two were still there? I mean, that was it? So, how many tenses were there? You had, what? Mu, you had Chiyo, Kimimaro, Dan, who's...
Dadar, he wasn't really doing anything.
Yeah. And so, really, that's counting the ones that actually are able to do something. Chiyo, Kimi, and maybe the Jinchuriki people.
Yeah, Jinchuriki.
Then Madara, maybe, and then I think that the censor type guy. I don't know his name, but he's currently in the anime. But I don't know his name. But anyways, not really a whole lot of Tensei. I guess it helps out a little bit, you know. Mu included, I suppose. It didn't really do anything this chapter. It was, I guess it's, and also there's no manga next week from what I've seen on Naruto base. So that's.
For me, the manga chapter was pretty short, but
14 pages.
I don't have too much of an opinion on it. It was all right to me. It did disappoint me. Whatever. It just happened for me.
I admit Madara's form actually, in my opinion, does not look as badass as it did. You know, it originally had that, you know, black maid's eyes going for it, so I thought was kind of cool. But now it's like a giant Tengu Yoshimitsu. I mean,
before it was more demonic.
Yeah, I mean, it looks cool still, but you know, other one looked a lot badass. You know,
Samurai.
It just feels like Kishi is just overhyping the Chiha, or at least Madara. And yeah, there's probably a bunch of Chiha fanboys out there. You know, I like the Chiha, I like Sasuke and all them and stuff, but you have to admit the Sharingan users are just, it's just bullshit. To be honest, I mean,
they must be the true descendants of the sage of the six paths. They must be the true descendants of them if they're this strong. If they're able to get this strong and actually get the Rinnegan, they must be the true descendants of them. And Itachi, he reminds me of like you can make a song out of what he just said. I can still make it part. Like, I can still make it before I go down, way down. I can still make it, yeah.
It's a 3 out of 5 for me, easily. I mean, Edo Tensei hasn't even ended. Apparently, it takes more than one chapter to fucking the Edo Tensei to end. I mean, I'm just like, what the fuck, man? Really? Okay, it take no Kabuto, no time at all to start the Edo Tensei to actually have it there, but it takes over a fucking chapter just for it to try to end. It hasn't even ended yet. Itachi is still trying to walk. We don't know anything about Madara, so it leaves on a cliffhanger, I suppose. And then what makes it bad next week is there's no manga apparently. Supposedly, maybe. Hopefully there is, but according to our base, there won't be. What's your opinion on it?
I don't have much of an opinion on this chapter. I don't really know what to think of it. But if I had to, I'd just give it a 3 out of 5 like you did, because it wasn't great. Short chapter, did what it needed to do. It was alright.
Also, guys, I finally got my Live Gamer HD thing. Finally came in the mail. So I'm working on a few games to review. Really, the first game I'm working on first is SCGO. I said I'm gonna have that game review out. I'm going to record all the other footage. You know, so I want to have this big ass DX Tory logo on top of the screen. And I'm also going to review Gundam Shitfire. I mean Gundam Crossfire. Not Gundam Shitfire, Gundam Crossfire. Why? Because it is, my opinion, the cheatest game I've pretty much ever played ever. I mean, I've played a lot of shitty games, and it really is bad. I've played shitty games like Hyperdimension Neptunia, or MK2, you know, or other games, you know, but this game really was shit. It really was. But anyways, it's kind of one of my favorite shitty games, I suppose. Now, we're also going to have a a video review of the E3. We're not going to do a video review on every single thing because we're kind of late. I had to work, and I still got a few more days of work. And we don't want to have, you know, like 8-something fucking videos, you know, of just, you know, PS3, Wii, Xbox, EA, then Ubisoft. But we'll talk about you guys later. We should be having the video up shortly.